Hey, what is up, everybody? I hope you can hear me. I'm actually in Miami's airport, and I'm have a big layover here. I have a couple more, a couple more hours, and on my way back down to Colombia, which is super exciting. I talked about it on my Instagram page this morning. Uh, so we're translating everything into Espanol, which is awesome, and I'm like actively trying to learn Spanish myself. So. Making some progress, and so yeah, but I had some time to kill. It was a good day in the markets today, so let's go over where we're at and what we're looking at, and I hope you can hear me. I know there's a lot of noise in here, but this is a pretty quiet spot. So yeah, let's get right into it, and the main thing I want to keep this pretty short because I want to talk about the dollar. It looks like we've broken out here on the dollar index, and the thing is, if you've been trading this week at all, you know that the market is very, 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 very choppy, and that is because of next week on Tuesday, on the 31st, is the Federal Reserve rate cut announcement. So nothing huge is going to happen until then, and more or less it's going to be a lot of small movements. So it makes for some tough trading conditions for sure. It's very, very choppy. Nothing's trending right now. But I think this is a pretty significant turn. Actually, it's a huge significant turn because everybody got super short like 3-4 weeks ago on the dollar. And now it's creeping back. It's gaining strength. And technically, we've already broken out here as the euro has started to drop, actually tanked. So let's check it out here. Let's take a look at, well, first of all, we'll take a look at the dollar index, or we'll take a look at euro. And by tank, this is what I mean, right? So we're holding up on this last level of support here. And this was kind of the last line of defense here for the euro, for Euro USD. And in my mind, the downtrend continues. It's 3 o'clock, and you just saw this thing take another move right now. So this is only going to continue to strengthen the dollar, and we can see that by the dollar index. So, you know, what I'm looking for on euro pairs pretty much across the boards is I would like to see a move back up to, I mean, if we retested 1.12, that would be amazing, and that would provide an excellent opportunity to sell the rally. But, and look at here, if you're in my group, if you've been through my trading, you know all about my X marks the spot philosophy and trade. And we have a nice one. We have a nice one setting up here for sure. So this could be it. I mean, it looks like it's going to play out nice. We got to get a little dollar weakness to come in, and there's a couple good setups I think to play into. Take a look at the dollar index. So this was huge, right? So this was the big. I mean, straight up, it's a breakout, right? And now we have this small layer of resistance coming from these two fractals, right? So if you take, if you're in my training, right, so you know about my fractal work as well. If you're not in my training, I would urge you, if you want to learn how to do this, to go through it. But this isn't a plug for the training. But so I'm connecting these two fractal points to make this line of resistance here, and you can see we're clearly about to retest it. Now, I think this is when we'll see a move lower, right? Which, if we correlate that to Euro USD, because the euro makes up it's either 56 or 58% of the total dollar index, right? So it would make sense if the dollar index, the chart that I was just showing you, dropped, that this would correlate and make a move up, which in return would create a great opportunity to sell the rally, right? So especially this will be a good with the trend trade because you know, this happens, we broke out here and it was a false breakout, right? So one of my mentors, Blake Morrow, one of my favorite quotes of his is, a false breakout usually leads to a big breakdown. And that's what we see here. We have a false breakout. We came back inside here, and then we're breaking down. This is going to be big, and who knows where the bottom could be on this. And say that the rate cut isn't as big as the market's already priced in. The market's been pricing in a 50 basis point rate cut. But the U.S. still keeps getting good, positive economic data, and really the case for why we're even lowering interest rates really doesn't make much sense, other than Trump's political pressure on the Fed to keep continuing to cut rates. So in turn, will make the stock market climb higher and higher. And that's what he's in his speeches. That's what he's basing how well the economy is doing on the S&P 500 as a measurement tool. And so it's breaking new highs. He's saying we're looking at the stock market's higher than it's ever been before. His super rich friends that are funding his campaign are getting more rich, and in turn, this could have some pretty big economic repercussions on the United States for sure. But all we can do is trade it, right? And that's the way I look at it. So the dollar index would say we get a break here, find some resistance on the 4 hour, right? We're coming into resistance zone, big time. Look how overbought we are. And I think something like, sorry, this keeps blocking it. Something like that seems very, very, very likely, because we're bouncing off this this zone right here. Okay. Hope y'all are following me. I'm going really fast right now. But so we're looking to retest this zone of support and then get a nice bounce on it. If we get the momentum to break out here, then we're going to retest these upper levels. Which coming in around, that is 98, I would say 99, which would be huge. And so lastly, that would bring me to gold, which is the, man, we've consolidated, we broke out here, broke out of this pennant. We're trying to break lower. So what I'm looking at here, though, is look where we are on this weekly RSI, right? We're still way up in this overbought territory. We have a little bit of divergence there. We have these huge exhaustion candles, right? So if we get an event where the Fed's not as dovish as everybody thinks they are next week, more than likely we are going to retest this breakout point here. And if we break, and just like I said on the on Euro USD, a false breakout typically leads to a breakdown. This would be a massive false breakout if it is, and we break back inside of here. You can expect it, or at least you don't have to. I'll be expecting it and playing it that. If we break back below here and break lower, this could be a significant turnaround. And these are the levels I've been thinking about for a while. I'm going to take a picture of this, send it out to my group. So I hope you found this video helpful. Also, I do want to go over one setup I really like, just to illustrate this false breakout philosophy a little bit better for you all, is dollar CAD. We're in a signal trade on that. It looks really, really, really a lot of potential. Oil is starting to gain strength, especially with all this business going on with Iran. That is definitely only going to increase the price of oil with all the Iranian tension. Let's just check it out here. Here we go. So pretty big rejection here. I had thought it actually even was a false breakout, but looking at it again, we hadn't even gotten that far. So this is actually in fact a great setup, which I really like. We're in some positions now. And then this will be a great opportunity to short the dollar while it's pulling back on the dollar index, and then buying it down low right there, and then that would be the breakout point, especially if things go as I think they might next week with the Fed, but you never know. So hope you found this video helpful. If you're in Colombia, hit me up. I'll be in Cali, and yeah, let's crush it. Tomorrow we have Mueller's testimony. I don't know if it'll move the markets or not. And then Thursday we have the ECB and durable goods orders. Durable goods will be big because everybody will be looking at those numbers coming up to this Federal Reserve meeting on Tuesday. So hope you found this helpful, and if you've been watching me for a while, click the link in the bio, click the link below, wherever it is, and come check out our group. It's free. We have a free group to test everything out, and we would love to have you, man. We work hard to bring an awesome product and create a killer community. So I hope to see you in there. Have a great day. Peace.